Well, hey folks, Fist-25 back here again with another ship review. This time, oh, it's not the Greycat PUV, PTV. No, I grabbed this guy because we're going to go look at that. If you can't tell what that is on this beautiful, calm, clear night at Magda. Oh, wow, what a jump. I hope I don't blow myself up. Which is completely possible, by the way. We're going to take a look at the giant cargo ship, the Drake Caterpillar, and that's coming at you right now. All right, welcome back to the video, everybody. I want to give a shout out to all our patrons over on Patreon, and I want to let you know, if you can help support the channel in any way, the best way to do that is to do it through Patreon. We do have Patreon exclusive parts of our Discord, and they get some early access, and we plan on doing some Patreon only streams here pretty soon. And just we want to give our patrons you know, some benefit from actually contributing some money. And for our current patrons, I want to express my deepest gratitude. I really appreciate all your support, guys. Thank you very much. Quick plug for the stream: Jawa and I save the universe every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. If you are interested in watching that, please hop on over to either YouTube or Twitch, Fist and Jawa at Twitch, which we just became affiliate. Thank you. And you can watch our stream from either one of our point of views, and it should be pretty cool. It should be pretty fun. But enough of that. Well, I actually will say, hey, since there's a lot of red on the screen. There's also another red thing on the bottom of your screen, and it's that subscribe button. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that for me, I would really appreciate it if I've earned your like and subscribe after the video. But enough of that. Business concluded. Let's get on with the review. So in front of us is the Drake Caterpillar, and we're going to take a look at this more in space with some sun. But it's such a big and long ship that I wanted to actually show you guys that, yeah, I mean, I could definitely use a little golf cart here to go around the ship, and it takes the whole length of the pad here, with its guns just kind of hanging out right there. I mean, that's a big ship, guys. It until recently, it held the most cargo out of any ship in the game for years, really. It has been eclipsed by the C2 Hercules, but not by much. It still holds a ton of cargo. It is very affectionately known as a pirate ship, as well, as there is a pirate variant to the Caterpillar. It's the same ship, it's just a different skin. And we'll show you that when we get to the loadouts, because Jawa has a pirate cat. So aesthetically, it's probably one of the coolest ships in the game. It's definitely one of my favorites. Just those engines alone, those 4 engines back there, those things are amazing. So just wait till we fire that thing up. It's going to be pretty darn cool. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to abandon my golf cart here, and we'll get on the Caterpillar and get in there, and yeah. So okay, so you see how big it is with me just walking around. There's one elevator to bring everything up. There is no like real cargo ramp or anything like that. Cargo kind of comes from the sides. But you see the stand clear there. We'll go ahead and deploy that. And we don't have any cargo in the ship currently. But that's okay. I might go fill it up, and then we'll take another look at the cargo in the ship. But I want to kind of get off of this moon because we're on Magda right now, and yeah, Oh, that's much better. Less wind. Okay. So guys, if you're following me along here, you see habitation access, habitation access. That's not how you get to the command module where you actually fly this thing. You want to go towards the lower hallway. I'm going to show you the quickest way to the command module. So go through the lower hallway into the engineering access. So there's our big, very Caterpillar diesel-like engines, right? And we'll look at that later. You want to go all the way to the end, go to the stairway, go upstairs. Yes, this ship has more than one level. Hit the center hallway, make a left. Towards that top door there is command access. When you hit this guy, make a right. It's very Aegis looking, isn't it? Yeah, make a right. And there in the front seat is the pilot seat. So we're going to get in that bad boy right there, and we're going to fire this ship up. Let me hit the button, turn on our engines. Well, thank you, ma'am. There we go. You can already see the engines starting to fire up. They look so good back there. Just fantastic. Wait till we start taking off here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights off. And you can see over here on the left that it has kind of a VTOL mode. And when you hit K, it does go on and off. So I don't know if that's just a set of bottom thrusters, because nothing else really does anything VTOL wise as far as I know on the Caterpillar, but maybe it'll give you some extra lift kind of getting up, because if you don't use it and you're trying to get out of a hangar, especially at like Lorville, it could take a bit. So I'm going to hit K to turn VTOL on. We'll go ahead and go into a third person view, drone view, and let's lift off. Much easier to lift off like that. All right, I'm going to retract the landing gear and engage cruise control. I apologize it got so dark. I was trying to do this at Ida, and as soon as I started doing the intro, I got a 30K, of course. So this is PAX 3.14. So it is what it is, guys. Let's well, I mean, we'll take a better look at this ship in space, but for now, let's give it a little gas. Show you what the engine. Don't the engines look amazing like that? Give it a little bit of afterburner. Oh, it looks so good. As soon as we get out of atmosphere here, we're almost there. A very slow climb, 35 degrees, not a whole lot. We'll go to an OM marker and try to show the ship off just a little bit. Well, there's aerial. And I don't want to go all the way back to Hurston. Sometimes when you're just trying to get off a moon or something, these OMs can be really high up. And of course, it doesn't want to show. Oh, there we go. There we go. OM3. Now you see this quantum beacon right now. It's very oval shaped. I don't like that, but you know, it's not. Yep, thank you. It's not unplayable or anything like that. So it just is what. I don't think we're on the side of the sun either. Of course, because I'm filming the video. They don't want us on the side of the sun. Okay, I guess we might have to just take a half road trip over to the Hurston area. Let's give it a shot. All right. We'll go about halfway and then we will go ahead and disengage. And it didn't disengage, of course. We went the whole way. So you used to be able to just hit I and disengage your quantum, but you can't really do that anymore, unfortunately. So now that we're flying over Hurston here, let's take a look on the outside of this ship. Let's take a look at the top first. It's very long. You can tell it's a little bit asymmetrical. The part on the left there above that left engine is I believe that is the command module. And that is where yours truly is sitting right now. And I believe I have all my guns over there. They are slaved to that side. There are some other guns, as you can see, up front, and there's a turret on the top. And I believe once we go to the bottom, I think there's a turret down there too. So that's the top of the ship. To the right, on the other side, remember when we went up those stairs and we made a left? That's to get up to the command module where we're at. When you make a right, you end up in this little area over here, which I believe is the engineering station for the tractor beam, which doesn't exist quite yet in the game. And that's where you would do all that stuff, because the ship is made to have these hatches here open up, and that's where you put all the cargo. And then back here is, engine and crew stuff back there. But yeah, that's where that cargo goes. And up here, you can see me sitting in the pilot seat through that really cool red tent. I'd wave, but he won't wave. Anyway, looks like there's also a docking collar up there too. So there's a lot going on this ship. Really cool design though. It's just this long ship with these 4 cargo bays that are just ginormous, and it holds 576 SCU of cargo, which is a lot. The ship size is large. It has a crew complement of 2 to 4. Really, you could do it solo if you're just slinging cargo, but honestly, you want 2. You want someone to use the tractor beam, someone as a pilot. You probably want a co-pilot, stuff like that. This is one of the older ships in Star Citizen. It came out in Alpha 2.6. But you can buy it in game right now. It is currently 4.6 million. And you can buy it at Lorville at the New Deal shipyard. You can rent it for about 93,000 Alpha UEC per day, or about 46,000 rec. It takes a little over half an hour to claim it, or about 6 minutes or so expedited. That costs about 9,000 Alpha UEC. The pledge for this ship and the pirate ship is 295 US, and they're time limited sales, so you can't purchase it all the time, except if you have the offer for the pirate Caterpillar. You can purchase that at any time, but you can only purchase one. The ship is 111 meters long, 39 meters at the beam, and 12.5 meters in height. Its SCM speed right now, it's listed at 100 meters a second with a maximum of 892. We'll test that out. In lore, it was introduced in 2871, which is about 80 years ago from current lore. Some of the really cool things about the Caterpillar is the command module, which is where I'm sitting right now as a pilot. You see those guns on top. Those are 337 Panther repeaters. The cargo module is outfitted with this command module can be detached from the main hull and used as an independent ship. You can see on the back there, let me swing the camera around. There are some engines back there. Man, it's a loud ship over by those engines, isn't it? There are engines there at the command module, and so it can't split yet. That functionality is not in yet of the modularity, but it can do that in the future, and it can be used to, like, you could switch out into different Caterpillar hulls. I guess people have been known to race them in lore, and you could also escape from like a battle or something like that. And there was some other stuff that happened with, a pirates escaping via the command module. The upper deck of the command module contains like all the auxiliary terminals that allow the extra crew members to handle comms and run scans and manage defenses. And the lower deck of the module is outfitted with a small crew quarters and an entertainment center in case of extended travel. The cargo module, which is the giant forward part of the ship, the real long part, it is outfitted with a side access elevator that allows all the sections to act as self-contained units, which allows people to add or remove cargo without disturbing any of the other modules. And we'll show you how that works. The front cargo bay can be used for additional storage and housing open canopy vehicles like the Dragonfly. And they're talking about the very forward module all the way up at the front. It's equipped with an air shield, which allows crew to transfer pallets and launch small vehicles without decompressing. That technology is not in the game yet. The module is also outfitted with a man turret, a cargo lift, and multiple sensors to assist in piloting. And then there's the tractor beam station, which we went over, which is that small wing on the right. It's got a terminal, and once we get real tractor beams on ships, I'm sure the Caterpillar will be one of the first, once we have like some salvage or something to be able to load up into the ship. So what I want to do is open those cargo bay doors. It is sure loud in this ship. Just to kind of show you guys, I got to figure out where there it is. Open exterior. So, okay. So you see those doors came open really, really fast. So there we go. And also, I believe the landing gear, or no, the elevator drop. That's what it was. So you can see that there is, in fact, cargo areas. And there's a couple really cool missions, pirate missions involving the Caterpillar, and there's pods in here and stuff that you have to go through. But yeah, so here is, they're open on both sides, right? So they're vented to space right now. But there is a catwalk that goes in between the different modules. You can see that there's doors in between the modules. So they are, in fact, isolated from each other. So module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. And then there's this front part here. Which I don't believe oh no, up in front there. Yep. So you can do it. It just doesn't, oh, that messed up. It just doesn't really go down to the ground as far as I know, this very front area. So if you have a Dragonfly or something like that, that could be brought into the ship, it would have to probably fly in like that. So there's the very front of the Caterpillar. And let's see if we can get inside here. So you see there's a little access up at the top there. You see the module access door to actually get in there. I believe this door may lead. There's a door over here to the left, and I think, or a turret seat that actually goes to the turret as well, which is right up top there. So that is the Drake Caterpillar from like the side, and we're gonna cruise around the back here. Let's go ahead and close those exterior doors. Can I find the button again? Yes, I can. Okay. We'll go ahead and close it and look at the animation. Very cool. That personnel elevator. It's pretty unique to these type of to this ship. So let's spin it around so we can see the bottom. I guess there isn't a turret on the bottom. I thought there was. Oh no, there is. It's just hard to see. So as you can see, there is a turret on the bottom there. And I have both a ballistic and a laser on there, both size 4. With 314 and ballistics, you know, who knows if that's actually going to work out. Anyway, that's the bottom of the Caterpillar. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. So you can see what that looks like. There's 2 gear in the back. And there's like a little skid. There's like skids here on the front. And, or I guess legs. This is kind of why it looks like a Caterpillar, because it has so many different legs. And we'll go ahead and raise that gear up. Just a great looking ship. Really great looking ship. Okay. So that concludes the exterior tour of the Caterpillar. Let's go ahead and take a look around the cockpit. As you can see, there's quite a few struts around here, but the visibility is not bad. Now, we don't have any downward visibility, but I'm able to land this thing in third person pretty easily. And it's nice to be able to see the front of the ship from here as well. Especially when you drop the gear, you can kind of see the legs and where they go. Yep. So that's pretty nice. Okay, thank you, lady. Well, let's take a look around the cockpit here. There's a power button down here on the yoke. Engine on, engine off. Let's go. You open exterior, press to unlock, all the standard stuff there. To the right is the exit. I think that's about it. Yep, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 multi-purpose displays. Let me see if these guys will switch over. Notice the shields, and this is new for 314. Each shield face is 25% of the total shield, right? So all of those added together is 100%, but the Caterpillar has size 3 shields, so each one of these, I would rather say 100, and we know the percentage of the shield itself, but I think the idea right now is all of them add up together to be 100. Other than that, the 2D radar right here is very Drake. Let's hop out of this cockpit and we'll take a tour of the interior while it's empty. Well, it got quieter immediately from there. But like a lot of Drake ships, you can see here's the co-pilot seat right there with their different screens. I guess just the one screen. The pilot has the most control. But as we make our way back in the command module, you can see there's not a whole lot to interact with here. There's our center hallway, which we'll be going down in just a few. But this is the support seat, and here is another support seat. We'll go ahead and hop in there. And this is for like running scans and other support that one day will actually be part of the game, I hope. Trying to figure out, oh, there we go, power on. So we got our big displays up here. But we still can't, nothing actually works in these seats right now. So, unfortunately, I guess that functionality will come one day when we have the need for it. Other than that, it's really all filler. It's a lot of stuff that's not interactable. A lot of displays and stuff like that looks amazing. Let's go ahead and go down the ladder well here. That was really fast. Okay. You can see it's kind of off to the side by itself. It's got a little weapons compartment right here where you can store some weapons. And if we come around the side here, there is, hey, it's a shower. Is it a shoilet? Is it a full shoilet? I don't see where we can pull the toilet out, so I don't think it's a full shoilet. I think that's what it's meant to be, is a shoilet, but right now it's just a shower with a pretty good sized shower head and a sink. As we kind of come around the back side of gear, we can see there's 2 beds, one right here, one right there. For a crew of 2, there's a stove and a sink. There's kind of a seating area with a kind of a bench here. I guess this is where you can eat, maybe watch some TV or something. Come around this backside. Nothing here is interactable. There is a weapons locker storage thing here again. Then I don't believe this door does anything. Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to do something, but it doesn't do anything. Then there is an engineering station here. This is for the tractor beam. So it looks like down here from the bottom of the command module, you can activate the tractor beam, and it's a really good view because out here is your cargo areas. So definitely from this side, you can work the tractor beam, and then from the other side, you'll be able to work the tractor beam. So let's go ahead and make our way up from the command module. There we go. Back into the command module top. We'll go down the center hallway. Oh, that was weird. Okay. So again, very Drake here. We're not going to go to EVA access yet. We're going to go all the way to the other side if it'll let me. There we go. So here is that little winged area, and you can see, we can see the forward part of the ship from there. And we can see the back part here with the logo, Drake Interplanetary. And this is another tractor beam area right here. You see even it says tractor sensor. So that's from this side, you'll be able to use a tractor beam to put other cargo into those cargo bays. So there's not much we can do here because that tech isn't in yet. Let's go forward to the EVA access. Okay, it says component housing, can't really do much with it, but I believe up here, that is that EVA hatch. Can we use it yet? Yeah, I don't think we can use it yet, but one day we'll be able to use this EVA hatch to, whoa, didn't mean to do that, to get in and out of the ship. Going down this way, we can see that there's module access. So this is the first module that we were in earlier, or showing you from the outside view. And I think we can open the doors this way. Yep. So we can open the doors on this side from the catwalk, port and starboard. So these are the starboard side doors. And then you can do the port side doors as well. Let's go ahead and go down this ladder. So, oh, there we go. Okay. So there's I mean, when you have a ship full of cargo, this is where all the cargo is, right? In these different modules. So starboard side over here, port side over here. We can also open these doors on this side as well. Let's open that port side door. And there's the starboard side door. So yeah, we can actually EVA outside the ship right here. You can see our module over there. All right, let's go ahead and close that guy up, and we'll see these are airlocked independently. So you can put, I mean, there's just so many options with this ship. And you can see all these modules are the same. All four of them are very, very similar. Let's go back to module 3 here. Oh, no, I didn't even go that way to get a little sensitive on the ladders there. And we'll go back to module 4. Same type of deal, guys. Another cargo module. And then up here, you notice it says turret access. So this is what we were looking at before. From the bow here, it does say atmosphere. I don't know if that actually lights up. Maybe you might have to try it, but here's what it looks like when the front of that front of the ship opens. Maybe it's low enough to actually pick up something like a vehicle, but right now we're going to go ahead and close it. And this is the top turret, so we're going to go ahead and enter the dorsal turret, which is what I would call it. Cool animation there. Lots of flashing red. Who doesn't like that? Power on. We have fire mode, gyro mode. All our sensitivity type stuff here. I don't think I'd ever want comms up there necessarily, but I would like to switch my guns because I do have a ballistic on here. So it looks like I can switch from 0 and 1 on my guns as we move around. Okay, there we go. So now I'm shooting my, you look at the ammo for the Rhino, which is the CF447 from Bearing, I think Bearing. Lots of ammo in this turret. And then on the right side, I have the Revenant. And that obviously doesn't recharge, but together, very potent combination. So you could certainly try to get someone's shields down with that and then pop their hole with the Revenant up there. So that's kind of why I arm it that way, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, we have the light on the bottom, so we can't really see much of the top turret being moved. You can see it a little bit. There we go. So we lit up the sky a little bit there. Then we're going to center it and hop out of this turret. And you can see right here, there is no really way down from this way, except to go back to the previous module and go through the door here into the cargo area where we can put vehicles and things like that. Ooh, the ship just, it's immersive because it's loud. You know what I mean? Like a ship like this should be loud. So we're going to open the bow. And those big pistons extend, and that looks just amazing. And yeah, it looks like it's flat. Might have, next time I land, I'll open that up and see what that looks like. So we're going to go ahead and close that up, and then we'll go through our different modules here, and we'll go all the way to the back of module 1. It's a big ship. Now you see why I had the golf cart out there to drive around it. Thank you. And we're going to go towards habitation. I mean, really, it's main habitation, right? So this is what you get from the other side of the elevator. If you remember, I said from the elevator, you want to go to lower hallway here. But if you go the other way, you end up in habitation, which leads to modules. But in here, you have your stove and your sink, and you have like a table to eat on and things like that. You have a full toilet here. It looks like it's a toilet too, so you can sit and go to the bathroom, like a fixed bathroom here. So maybe that'll get changed in the future. I don't know. But there's 2 more beds down here for the other 2 crew members. And then you have more elevator access here. So that's about it for that front side here. Let's look at the hallway. We'll go back up to engineering access. And so this is our motor, right? So awesome look with the motor. Looks like each turbine or something like that has its own thing going on. It actually looks like a real motor. And you can see there's an engineering station right here to monitor the motor and things like that. Definitely probably some fuel lines and other things like that. And a ladder. Where does this ladder go? Let's take the ladder up. And where are we? Oh, I know where we are. I think. Yeah, so there's a power plant room off of the upper hallway. So I know it's really confusing. So the way I like to orientate myself here, command module, right? And normally to exit the ship, you go down here to the stairway. And instead of doing that, you can go into the upper hallway, which leads you to a server room, or the power plant access. The server room actually comes around. And so this is where all the computing power is for the Drake Caterpillar. And a bunch of stuff we really just can't interact with right now. But that door, that server door, also brings you into the power plant access, where you can see our I guess one of our, is that our quantum drive in here? Possibly. And if you want to go towards the jump drive, we can come back here. All these cables and stuff look really good. And I guess this would be access to play with different things for the jump drive, which would be installed back here somewhere. And then we could take the ladder well down to the actual engines. And there we go. So we're back in the engines. And as we go straight forward, we'll see the lower turret access. We'll go ahead and hop in here. Now I have this loaded out. Oh, we flipped upside down. I have this guy loaded out the same way as I do the top turret. All right, there we go. And there we go. That was the fireball. I didn't switch them to be independent, so they're firing like that. And now we can actually see the turret move around. There we go. So lots of firepower on this ship, actually. Lots of firepower on the Drake Caterpillar, but you got to have the crew to use it as well. So back up to the stairway, going up towards the center hallway. There we go. To the right here would be the tractor beam room. Going down this way, you see the EVA access. We've been down there. To the left is power plant access in the server room. And then right back up to command access, our support seats, and our co-pilot and pilot seats. So there we go, guys. Interior tour of the Drake Caterpillar. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to go do a cargo run. And stay tuned for that. I'm going to go pick up some cargo. I'll fill it up. I'll fill up the Drake Caterpillar. And we'll come back in during that cargo run. And just so I can show you how full it can get. And yeah, then we'll go from there. And we'll go and we'll see how much we can make on a full load. And then we'll probably get into like a loadout and the brochure, and then we'll do some multi-crew third-person stuff with Caterpillar and see how that goes. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. All right, guys, welcome back. We picked up some minerals over at Ariel, and now we are in Quantum towards Area 18. So I apologize if it seems excessively loud. We're going to check out our cargo modules full of cargo. So as you can see, this thing is totally stacked up. I mean, we filled it up 100% all the way with cargo, and I somehow went into a cargo box. Oh, look at that. I can go through the cargo boxes. Can I go through that? Yeah, I can. So somehow they're not physicalized here. Let's see. How far can I go? Apparently I can go this far where the doors are opening. So I can go through these as well. It's a trip. Let's go through these. All right. And module 4, which we can go through those as well. That's kind of weird. As we get to the front bay, don't make me go out of the ship. Okay, I'm all the way to the front of the ship, and oh, we're slowing down. As you can tell, this front area is completely full, and I did lower this ramp when we were there. Oh, I can see space, so I guess this is not really pressurized here. Anyway, as I lowered that thing down, and it did not come all the way down to the ground. So that is it's just weirding me out going through cargo boxes. But this is basically what it looks like when it's completely full here, guys. Full of cargo. And it didn't come all the way to the ground. So you'd have to have something, you know, like fly in to the cargo bay. All right. Let's make our way to Area 18 here. There's the command access. Good thing there's signs here. I'd probably get lost myself. Good old Area 18. All right, so I'm going to run in here, and we'll catch back up with you when we hit the TDD. Thanks for sticking around, guys. See you in just a second. All right, let's see how much money we made off of this cargo haul on the Drake Caterpillar. Now, that's as much cargo as it'll fit in it, 56,400. That's a, what, micro SCU, something like that. There's some weird reason why it can't fit all of its cargo. There's some weird piece of thing in there. 564 should be 574, I think. So Laranite, we have 3,300 units. I bought them for like 93,000. We sold them for 100, so $7,000. Takes money to make money, I guess, but that's not that much Laranite. I think it was like 33 SCU, something like that. Not very much. The titanium, we definitely got more of. Like 429 SCU, I think. Of course, the screen logs me out. Here we go, titanium. So we're going to make a little bit more profit on the titanium. Of course, it costs a lot as well. It's just cargo has not been great in the last 2 patches, really 3 patches. And then tungsten was, you know, we got about 100 SCU of that. So all in all, with this cargo run, I think we made maybe in the order of about 25 to 30 grand, something like that. But it's not bad. Now, you are pretty vulnerable when you're flying around with cargo in there, even though you got a couple class 3 shields. Other ships can take you out. So, I mean, you're not invulnerable even though you have big shields. So, just keep that in mind. Of course, those doors are crazy. Yeah, just keep that in mind that it's a Caterpillar. People assume you're going to have cargo. So, you might be a target whether you have cargo or not. They might not even scan you. So, with that, I'll leave you with this beautiful picture of ArcCorp and the huge ArcCorp Plaza Tower. And we're going to go ahead and cut over to the loadout. So we'll see you there in just a sec. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Time for the loadout at DPS calculator erkul.games. And we have up here the Drake Caterpillar. And you can tell it's it says medium freight up here as a roll. Cruise transporter, ship size 5. It's a large ship. Hull HP is 45,800, which is a lot, but it's a big ship. The mass is over 1.5 million kilograms. We can see it's not very maneuverable. Pitching out 20. Roll at 65. It says 576 for the cargo grid, but really it's like 564 because it has some weird like placeholder in it that hasn't been removed still since 2.6. So, I don't know if there's gonna be a rework on that or what, but the hydrogen holds 2.5 million liters of hydrogen, so it needs a lot of gas to get moving around. Quantum fuel 11,000 liters. We can see its base DPS is 1807 with 520 alpha. Its turret DPS is 2560 with 320 alpha. The shields, just the base shields present 200,000 shield hit points, going at 2,400 hit points a second, full charge in 83 seconds, minute and a half there. We can see for its power usage, it's barely touching the Ginzel power plants, the industrial power plants at all. With 7,000 out of 100,000. Same with the cooling, or 1,300 out of 32,000 with the thermal core industrials. The other thing about this ship, it has a ton of EM. It has a lot of IR too, but a ton of EM. They will see you coming from a mile away. It really doesn't matter what you do because the cross section is large too. So let's upgrade the weapons. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of those gimbals on, and then down this whole section here. These are the pilot weapons up here. These are the turrets. So with the pilot weapons, it says turret up here. Really, it's 4 weapons. So I'm going to get rid of the size 2 gimbals. And these turrets are fixed. So what I'm going to put in there with patch 314, keep in mind, is the 337 Panther repeater. And I'm going to put that on all 4 stations. So that gives us some repeating firepower, and our DPS jumped up to 2,000, 240 off damage. Now for the turrets, it's a little bit weirder. I'm going to unlink these weapons, and for one of these, I'm going to keep the 447 on there, but on one of them, I'm going to put a Revenant. And as long as your turret gunner separates them, you'll at least have some ballistic power on there, as well as some good size 4 laser repeating power. And so that brings our turret damage up to 3,344 with 298 alpha damage. Now, all of these components over here, shields, power plants, coolers, quantum, stock, they are fine. You don't need to upgrade them. But, excuse me, but we're going to do it anyway because I'm going to give you the best build that I can. So under the shields, I would get rid of those industrial strongholds at 100,000 hit points, and we're going to go to the parapet. Now, the parapet, I mean, I know everything right now says 100,000 for all shields, but just from previous experience, the parapet just had better performance. But looking at the stats, there's really not much other than the parapet. It looks like it could take a little bit more shield. Like it has a higher distortion max damage. Other than that, all the stats are the same. So definitely leave the shields on there if you want, because they did the shield rework. I'm sure things will change in the future, but basically the rule of thumb here, equip dual parapets. For the power plants, right now it's industrial grade C Ginzel, which pumps out 50,000 power. I'm going to say go ahead and take a little downgrade to the JS500, which will still provide you more than enough power, but they also recharge, like they come back online faster, right? So we're still way under our power threshold, but it typically back in the day when you get EMP'd, the military type of power plants come back up quicker. So I would say go with the JS500s. The coolers, the thermal core, industrial grade C are fine, but if I had to, I would go with the Chillmax coolers, which are just a little bit better. 1,600 more cooling capacity. And then the Ponte's military grade C quantum drive is phenomenal. It's fast. It'll get you where you need to go. I mean, you're looking at going from PO to Microtech in almost 6 minutes, just under 6 minutes. But if you can afford it, I would either go up to the Balandin, or what I prefer is the TS2, which I think is the fastest drive in the game. And now you can go from PO to Microtech in 5 minutes and 26 seconds. So you're saving about 30 whole seconds. Not a big deal, but you know, if you want the best stuff, this is the best stuff. It also takes up the most gas when you go. So there's our new stats here. Let's see how much this stuff costs, which is going to be significant because it is a bigger components. They're more expensive. So 1.4 million to upgrade this thing all the way, even though you don't need to do it, except maybe these weapons here. I would highly recommend, but systems in the quantum drive, I'd say just leave it alone. But if you want to upgrade 1.4 million, then that'll get you to the Caterpillar I was using in the video. Wait a minute, before we go, I forgot to mention paints. So there's more than one paint for the Drake Caterpillar, and of course Urkel doesn't give me any options, but I promise you there are technically 4 different paints for the Drake Caterpillar. One is the regular paint, kind of the orange red themed paint, and then there are the two liveries for it, which one is the polar livery, which is a white and gray camo paint scheme, and it was designed for the 2950 International Aerospace Expo. And so it looks pretty good. And then I like to call it the White Knight. And then there's another one for the same Expo, the 2951, and it is the Stormbringer livery, which is electric blue and dark gray with white accents. And I particularly like the blue cat. It's a very different look. And then what Jawa has is the Pirate Caterpillar. It's a red and black pirate livery, and it's only available when you defeat Pirate Swarm in Arena Commander. So if you actually do Arena Commander 1 player or 4 players, and you actually defeat Pirate Swarm, you are given the ability to buy a Drake Caterpillar at regular asking price of $295 US. And then the final skin for the Caterpillar is the Best in Show 2949, which is a limited white and purple livery to celebrate the 2949 Expo. Unfortunately, I do not have this Caterpillar or this skin, so I'll try to find a screenshot and throw it in there, but that's about all I got. So let's move on to the brochure and take care. All right, so here we are at the Great Caterpillar brochure. Now, this is probably pretty old, so some of this is probably out of date. The Visual Guide to Spacecraft, Caterpillar Edition, the companion to Drake's premier cargo ship. The Visual Guide, okay, this is a lot of stuff here. I'm not going to read that. Really cool picture of the Caterpillar with some Covalex skin, a Covalex marking, which it doesn't say that on our Caterpillar. There's a lot more black on ours as well. Then we have the long and short of it. So it tells you about the cargo bays and the command module, the tractor beam module, things like that. Rescue ship, transport, salvage, getaway vehicle. Throughout its colorful history, the Caterpillar has been described as the perfect ship for any number of roles. But this versatile and modular vessel almost never saw the light of day. In the wake of the Cutlass's success, Drake Interplanetary CEO and lead designer Jan Dregge was looking for the next phase of Drake's evolution. Company analysts presented several possibilities for Drake's next project, commercial hauling. Commercial hauling is what it is. Although the Cutlass enjoyed some success as a small transport, it was known more notorious for its combat abilities. Dregge knew they should take the same design principles and apply it to something much, much bigger. The public got their first glimpse of the Drake Caterpillar prototype at the 2871 Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. The ship wasn't exactly well received, with one spectator famously quoted as saying, "This is the first time I've seen a new ship that looked like it was built 30 years ago." Even though the critics cited several strengths and flashes of design ingenuity, the negativity almost threatened the whole project. It wasn't until the reports of the Caterpillar spread throughout the empire that the tide began to turn. People were floored by two things: the ability to mix and match cargo modules and the price. When outfitted with nothing but cargo modules, the Caterpillar was poised to create opportunities for smaller hauling outfits to transport large amounts of cargo. A matter of mass and look at those engines. Ugh. An interesting challenge unique to designers of cargo vessels is the weight of the ship. Their crafting will be shifting drastically depending on what the craft is hauling or what modules it's equipped with. This means that thrusters and engines have to cope with a wider range of masses than other vehicles. Drake engineers tackle the problem with their unique quad main thruster design that provides plenty of forward acceleration when the Caterpillar is fully laden, but still allows pilots plenty of handling when the hold is empty, even in large part thanks to a pair of diffuse rings on the twin sub-thrusters, which allow finer control of excess thrust. The Kesselring heist. Emily Kesselring owned a small-scale mining outfit that had purchased some dubious mining rights in the Toll Hill system. His mining efforts have proven thus far to be mostly useless. That changed when they discovered a small deposit of Erisium in one of the asteroids. Only weighing in around a kilogram, this minuscule amount was the largest deposit of Erisium ever discovered in UEE space. Kesselring told anyone who would listen about the discovery, and soon word had spread throughout the Empire. 2903. When he finally found a buyer willing to pay the vast asking price, Kesselring set out with the Erisium and a security detail. While in heavy traffic, a single Caterpillar broke from the flow of ships and headed to the Kesselring transport. Kesselring, thinking nothing of it, casually calmed the incoming ship about their collision course. The Caterpillar rammed Kesselring's transport using the front sensor array, which are like parking sensors, as hooks to latch onto the hull. The front cargo door opened, and thieves leapt into the immobilized ship and cut their way inside while the turrets engaged the shocked security detail. Within 5 minutes, the security detail had been destroyed, Kesselring's transport breached, and the Elysium taken. The command module detached from the Caterpillar, and the thieves disappeared back into the space lane with their fighter accomplices. By the time authorities arrived, they found an image that permanently seared itself into the public's consciousness: a Drake Caterpillar attached to the vented husk of a transport. Despite an exhaustive search through all the systems, authorities never figured out who was behind the heist. The priceless Elysium and the thieves were gone. It was only 2903, and this was the crime of the century. Awesome story about the Drake Caterpillar. Talks about the brain of the beast, the command module over here, which we talked about in the video. It has the asymmetrical wing, which is the tractor beam area. It kind of balances the ship a little bit. If the Caterpillar stood upright, it would measure taller than the famed Lumiere de l'Espoir statue in Odessa, Berea, near Drake Interplanetary's headquarters. And we all know, we talked about earlier, that the command module can break off of the Caterpillar and go to different cats or escape. Connected to the main hull through primary bulkhead, the command module houses the necessary crew terminals to handle all major flight functions like navigation, comm, and engineering. And this is actually how the ship looks, how the module looks, right? Except you can't see the starboard side with the bunks and stuff, but this is how it looks. And then it starts talking about 1, 2, and 3, upper level and lower level. The auxiliary terminals, providing with the extra crew members comms and scans and stuff. Number 2 over here is the lower deck of the command module, outfitted with the crew quarters, entertainment center. And then number 3, the pilot and co-pilot seats offer a 270-degree field of view for both operators, increasing baseline situational awareness without need to rely on digital systems. Then we have more of a layout of the ship, and we already looked at this stuff, right? We actually went in the ship and looked at this stuff. But here you can see the server room and the power plant access and the aft section, how to get to the jump drive, to the engine room, the EVA access that doesn't work, the catwalks into the cargo module, all that kind of stuff. All the stuff for the cargo module. Here's the Drake Dragonfly in the actual ship. And then the lower level, which... it's actually surprisingly up to date with everything. I like that, you know. And then I guess there's grab plating above on hauling ships. This technology was created by the Xi'an. That's pretty cool. And then, you know, you can put other stuff in this cargo area if you want to. Caterpillars have been known to be outfitted to handle very specific jobs. One Caterpillar by Captain Leland Mornahan, called the Dancing Dawn, earned renown for his work as a traveling animal sanctuary and pet adoption center. That's cool. And then these cargo modules, lots of stuff. Obviously it's a cargo ship, so it's important. Now these modules down here, they do not come down to the ground like in this picture. It would be awesome if they did, because we could load things up and drive vehicles in there and stuff, but it doesn't do that, at least not yet. And it talks about the front cargo area with the Dragonfly in there. I guess it says the front area is the only one with an air shield, which allows crew to transfer pallets and launch small vehicles such as the Dragonfly without decompressing. Okay. I'm not sure if that tech is in there yet. And this front area, I could not get it to go down. Maybe it does go down, but I don't think so. If the other cargo modules don't go down, this one won't go down. And then we went into both of these man turrets. Good firepower on there. And then the tractor beam station on the opposite side of the command module. And just more passageways and stuff around the ship. We've seen all this in the video. It's nothing really new. An old hauling list says it's unlucky for a crew to enter the Caterpillar through any other door but the elevator. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Yeah. And there we go. A Kovalex skinned Drake Caterpillar. And then, yeah, easily identified by its asymmetrical silhouette up here. They can be found on all corners of the Empire and beyond, still inspiring the very same varied reactions. All right, so that's it for the brochure. Now on to some chase camera footage.
Alert! Attack in progress! Send help now!
Pigpen, this here's Rubber Duck. You got your ears on good, buddy? Over.
That's a big 10-4, Rubber Duck. I'm on the backside, heading to my home 20. Over.
Pigpen, you seem to have a lot of smokies out there thinking you're a cash register. How about you pull over right quick and I'll hop in your turret. We can fire up these smokies and put the hammer down. Come on back now.
Chip. That's a big 10-4, good buddy. Let me hop into the granny lane right here, and you bring that crotch rocket on in. Pigpen, over and out.
enjoy that?
Hey everybody, this is Fist-25. I want to thank you for watching the video. Jawa and I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed that chase scene at the end. That was a lot of fun to film. We actually did that live on stream, and it was very interesting. And if you want to catch that, head on back to the Fisting Java Save the Universe and check that out when you get a chance. I want to know what you think about the Drake Caterpillar. Do you like it? Is it for your favorite ship over the C2 for large cargo hauling? I know it's a huge nerf in 3.14, and I had to actually get on the ship and get in the turrets to actually do any real damage because those are the bigger guns, and the pilot guns just are not cutting it. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching the video. The next series is going to be on the MISC ships, and I hope you look forward to that, and those should be coming out in 4K. This should be the last 2K video. So thank y'all for watching. Have a great night, and remember, if the fist don't get you, the lightning bolt will. Good night, Stanton.